Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Kuhaloimla Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushai. Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Shachanan Awaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And the abortion pill inventor died at 98. This guy right here, he invented the abortion pill. Etienne-Emile Baulieu, if I'm pronouncing that right. But another one bites the dust, man. This guy lived to be 100 years old down there. It says French scientist, the inventor of the abortion pill, died at the age of 98 at his home in Paris. Yeah, and, hey, that guy got to live his life out and died at home in peace, boy. More than likely an Edomite. May not be an Edomite. He could be an Israelite. Shit, who knows? Could be an Elamite. Could be a damn Hamite. You know what I'm saying? Because your seed line goes through your father. And I'm willing to bet you he probably didn't even know that. But he's this science guy. He probably don't even know that your seed line goes through your father, and whatever your father is, that's exactly what you are, and it don't matter what color you are. So the average person will look at this guy and say, okay, that's a so-called white man. But he may not be. But this got Edomite shit written all over it, though, if you ask me. Right? Just me speaking as a man. But he could be an Israelite. But it says, the doctor and researcher who achieved worldwide renown for his work that led to the pill had an eventful life that included fighting in the French resistance and becoming friends with artists such as Andy Warhol. His research was guided by his commitment to the progress made possible by science, his dedication to women's freedom, there you go, and his desire to enable everyone to live better, longer lives. Isn't that like an oxymoron? Better and longer lives, but you created the abortion pill that kills babies off the jump. Anyway. French President Emmanuel Macron paid tribute to his life, calling him a beacon of courage. Well, we just seen a video of your woman smushing you in the face on the presidential plane. Landing in the country, he's about to come down the stairs of the plane, or basically they just opened the plane door. You know how I had them fucking long-ass stairs up. And you can see his damn wife mushing him in the face. They're in a fucking argument. She dogging him out on tour. So I'm assuming you about women's rights, too. French President Emmanuel Macron pays tribute to his life, calling him a beacon of courage and progressive mind who enable women to win their freedom. There you go. Well, let's get a quick scripture real quick, talking about women and the freedom that they have. This is Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 25. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that word liberty, it goes off into that freedom that they're talking about. That's why your world is upside down right now. This is why the world is out of whack, because things are out of course. This man has flipped everything upside down. And this is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? Because this man, he flips everything upside down. The woman is able to go out here and do everything that the man used to be able to do, while hell, more than likely, the man is at home babysitting the damn kids, man. While she's out, you know what I'm saying, getting drunk with her girlfriends. Anyway, committing all kinds of adultery, having babies by other men and having her man at home take care of a child that's not even his. He don't even know. He's just there for 18, 20. They married 40 years. He don't even know that 2 or 3 of the kids not even his. That's the world that you live in. Anyway, let's go back to the article. Few French people have changed the world to such an extent, he added. His most famous discovery helped create the oral drug RU486, also known as miprostone, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sure some of you women know what that is. No pun intended. I'm the, Salak. Which provided a safe and inexpensive alternative to surgical abortion to millions of women across the world. So imagine how many women have aborted through this man's pill. So I'm gonna get, man, boy, I tell you. Well, I mean, but let's get this too. Because the Lord, he is in control of life and death. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord created the wicked for the day of evil, man. And a lot of you women are going to be judged for, stepping into that arena. It's not going to be a good look for you. But also, let's get Deuteronomy 32 and 39 real quick. See now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So the Lord is the one that kills and makes alive. And he uses Edom, basically, which is his sword, the hammer of the earth, to do a lot of these killings, man. That's why, that's why your food is all fucked up. GMO foods. What kind of, what use is a food with no nutrients? But the Lord created this man to create that particular type of food. And mainly it's for our sin, you know what I'm saying? Or us breaking our part of the contract as far as Deuteronomy chapter 28, because the Lord, he made a covenant with the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And by us breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, and the Lord turning his back on us for a period of time, which we're coming out of right now, the world is being ruled by the wicked. There are wicked people that's running the earth when we should be in place of running it. The righteous, by the law, statutes, and commandments of H.I.M, which is the words that's in the book of the Bible. And we're going back to that world. You think it's going to be an abortion pill in our kingdom? It's not going to be no abortions in our kingdom. You out your damn mind? No. Ain't going to be none of that. To give these women this easy life, that they able to just go out here, just hunch whoever they want to hunch, 2, 3 guys at a time, 4, you got this one OnlyFans chick, you know what I'm saying? I think she done like over 500 dudes in 6 hours, and she had to go to the hospital. She was so blown out. But this is the world that you live in, and that's legal in this man's world, his kingdom, right? But overall, they were set up to show you what wickedness really is, man. Let's get Psalms 17. Verse 13, it says, Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So these people, the wicked, they are the sword of the Lord. Because Job 9 and 24, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Who's in control of the world? Who's in control of this earth? Obviously, it's the so-called white man, because guess what? Let one of you niggas come up with what you call in science and come up with a pill for anything and see how quick they shut your ass down and arrest you. But now if you're working in one of their labs under their name or their banner and you come up with something, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they're going to take it and put their name on it. But I'm talking about just somebody that's, they're in power to the point where they can write laws and do shit like this. They're the ones that's in control of the laws. They're the ones that's in control of the curriculum, or the schooling that you will have to even learn to even get into the process of some science here, man. But verse 14, Psalm 17 and 14, it says, From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, because the Lord created the wicked, even for the day of evil. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life. So he had his portion in this life, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So they'll be full of children. They'll have a family. I'm pretty certain this guy probably, well, maybe he didn't. He might, because, a lot of those French, they're a little weird, man. And a little weird. Because, if you go on, like, your Roku TV, and I noticed that, apps like Tubi, freebie, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They'll have those French movies on there, and the movies be weird as hell. They be weird as shit. So ain't no telling, he might have had a dude on the side, because it's saying that, you know, he was married to a woman, or his wife or whatever. She was the one that gave off the info that he had passed away. So obviously he was married, but you just can never tell. He could have went both ways, and that freakism is okay in places like France. They on a freaky level that's beyond. I mean, yeah, they on a whole nother freaky level over that way. Well, anyway, it says they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. See? And that's generally, you know, what the so-called white man does. He'll have plenty of children. He'll leave an inheritance. You know, 5 or 6 children, all of them get something. You know what I'm saying? And they spread it out. And as time goes on, they flip it and do it all over and over and over again. But this dude, he's in the spirit world, man. But the Lord created him exactly for this. But the people that went along with this, they're going to be punished. Okay, so it says for decades, he pushed governments to authorize the drug. So you think that's why I'm thinking this is an Edomite. Because you pushed for decades for this to happen. Why? Why are you pushing so hard to kill babies? Had this been a so-called black guy, he'd have gave that shit a year or two. Then again, he probably knew that, you know, it would probably make him a damn billionaire. Considering, you know, women, you know, they have fallen for this bullshit, and it's millions and millions of women that have had these abortions. That's a lot of money. Depends on how much the pill costs, you know. Okay, but it says facing fierce criticism and sometimes threats from opponents of abortion. When Wyoming became the first U.S. state to outlaw of the abortion pill in 2023. He told AFP it was scandalous. See? He like, nah, let's continue on killing them babies. Then, age 96, he had dedicated a large part of his life to increasing the freedom of women, and such bans were a step in the wrong direction. Why are you trying to free women? Because, you know, again, you know, that Esau, that's why I'm thinking this is an Edomite. You know, they're with their women being over them for some reason. Because he came at, you know, Adam with that bullshit. He came at Eve with the bullshit. The serpent. Because they understand that the woman is the weaker vessel. And this is the way that they, you know, these people are wicked as hell, bro. Okay, it says, on news of his death, French equality minister passed on her condolences to the family, saying on X, he was guided throughout his life by one requirement, human dignity. How do you get human dignity out of killing babies? This is Esau, though. This got to be an Edomite. You know, or Edomite speaking on his behalf. Born December 12, 1926, Strasbourg, to Jewish parents. Yep, he's a damn Edomite. He's one of those Amalekites. That's the reason, man. He was raised by his feminist mother after his father, a doctor, died. That's where it failed for him. He changed his name, and that's what a lot of those Israelis do, because his last name was originally Blum. He changed his name when he joined the French resistance. After the war, he became a self-described doctor who does science, specializing in the field of steroid hormones. Invited to work in the United States, was noticed in 1961 by Gregory Pincus, known as the father of contraceptive pill, who convinced him to focus on sex hormones. See? Back in France, he designed a way to block the effect of hormone progesterone, which is essential for the egg to implant in the uterus after fertilization. This led to the development of the pill in 1982. Dragged before the courts and demonized by U.S. anti-abortion groups who accused him of inventing a death pill, refused to back down. Adversity slides off him like water off a duck's back. Yeah, I'm sure it does. You, a Jew and a resistance fighter, you were overwhelmed with the most atrocious insults, and even compared to Nazi scientists, Macron said in his presented with the France top honor in 2023. But you held on for the love of freedom in science. In the 1960s, he became friends. Okay, all right. Okay, I guess it goes off into Alzheimer's and depression research. Okay, but this is what he's known for, man. His abortion pill, and a lot of babies done died. A lot of babies, man. But again, here you go. He's supposedly be a child of the Most High. You know, Jew. You know what it is. And this guy, he's responsible for millions of babies not coming into this world. But hey, I mean, hey, he was created to do what he was supposed to do, man. But this is the wicked, man. These people are the wicked. Here you go. You're supposed to be a Jew and be following the scriptures. And the scripture says to be fruitful and multiply. And your ass done deleted millions, like crazy, bro. But anyway, I didn't want to keep this long. I saw this. I thought it was interesting. And his ass is out of here. He served his purpose. And he's coming back in captivity, man. He's coming back in captivity. This guy's going directly into slavery. If he's really one of those Edomite Amalekites, man. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a Baba Ball.